Good afternoon and welcome to the University of Prince Edward Island. This is our 2012 Convocation, the afternoon session. We'd like to start with someone who's graduating this afternoon from our music department, Brittany Banks, and ask that you join her in God Save the Queen. Thank you, Brittany. I'd now like to call on Sister Susan Kidd, who will deliver the invocation.
Let us be together in a moment of quiet reflection. Creator, God, Adonai, Allah. We know you by many names and understandings, and yet still you are beyond our naming and our grasping. We stand before you today, proud of the academic accomplishments of these women and men. We celebrate their contribution, not only to their class and to the University of Prince Edward Island, but also to our world. They have reached in to their own spirit and insight and out to our world in compassion and solidarity. May they be blessed. And we know that such accomplishments are not achieved in a vacuum. They happen with the help and the support of many other people, families and friends, teachers and mentors. We are grateful for the gifted people who surround each of our students and who work and teach and serve all over this campus. Grant our graduates and all of our students a sense of their own giftedness, the humility to recognize their limitations, and the help they have received from others. Grant them courage and creativity for all that lies ahead. In these days when we are sometimes reminded of what we cannot do, help us to remember all that we have done. Let words of celebration, joy, and hope be our mantra for today. Tomorrow will be better because of all that we celebrate today. This is our prayer. May it be so. Amen.
Thank you, and I'd ask you to please be seated. First of all, we've got, as usual, a full house. So I wanted to thank each and every one of you for coming to UPEI this afternoon. This is your university, and we want to continue to make it be your university and to make you very welcome here. We welcome the 2012 graduates who will be receiving their diplomas and degrees this afternoon. On the stage, we have a number of special guests. I'll start first with the faculty and staff and some of our previous honorary degree recipients who are sitting on either side of the stage, and Catherine Hennessy sitting in the middle of the stage. We have our two honorary graduates this afternoon, both of whom received their initial degrees from the University of Prince Edward Island directly or indirectly from St. Dunstan's or UPEI, Derek Key and Frank Zakem. We're very pleased to have His Honor Lieutenant Governor Frank Lewis with us. From the Legislative Assembly, we're very pleased to have the Honourable Kathleen Casey, the Honourable Hal Perry. Last but certainly not least is our President, Allah Abdelaziz. He had his trial by fire this morning in Convocation, and even though I tried to screw it up, he handled it very, very well. The last and not least is Fred Heineman, and this is Fred's last convocation as chair of the Board of Governors of UPEI. Fred has served in this position for on the board about 7 years. He's been a strong fundraiser of the university. He and his wife Shirley have been great friends of the university. I've taken good counsel from Fred over the years, and he's a marvelous person. He won't be missed because we'll drag him in to help out again in the future, I'm sure of that. This afternoon's a little bit important to me because I graduated from here almost 40 years ago now. It's getting to be old, I guess, with a diploma in engineering. And one of the things that Al and I have been talking a bit about is where the university goes next. I think we've thrown off the mantle of a small university. We've always been a good university. We're starting to become a great university. And we need to look at our programs and strengthening our programs. We feel that engineering is probably one that we could strengthen, but there are other things that need to be done as well. And I know with Alla that we have the right person at the right time to really get our academic standards up to the plateau level. I'd like to introduce our president, Alla Abdelaziz.
Thank you, Chancellor Andrew, Your Honor, distinguished guests, University of Prince Edward Island faculty and staff, alumni, family and friends, and especially members of the graduating class of 2012. Welcome. Welcome to the University of Prince Edward Island and this convocation ceremony. I am so pleased to celebrate this day with you. Graduating students, we share a wonderful event. This 2012 convocation is my first as UPEI president. I'm so excited. I'm quite anxious. Hopefully I will do as well as I did in the morning, but it's my second trial, so I think I should be okay. It's an honor to be here with you on this great campus, on this beautiful island. Class of 2012, you are UPEI largest graduating class ever, over 900 graduates. We are so proud of all of you. In this assembly of graduating students, the attention of your proud family and friends is focused only on you, and it should be. I invite you to stand and join in a round of applause for them, and try to please spot them in the crowd that you can see for the graduate. Would you please stand and give a round of applause to your family and friends? Now everybody is sitting and quiet. Now I will reverse it. I would like the class of 2012 to stand and spot their family, friends, classmates, and look around and give them an applause for everyone here. Thank you, class of 2012. You have shared this campus with faculty and staff for several years. Some have become your friends and associates. All of them have contributed to your experience at this university. They are committed to UPEI and contribute every day to UPEI's increasing success in teaching, learning, and research. Please take a moment to think of an occasion when a faculty member challenged you, provided a unique perspective, encouraged you to think, explore, or engage. Members of this university community provided you with the opportunity to obtain the highest quality education in your chosen field. They share in and support your success. I ask all of you to please join me again in acknowledging the commitment of UPEI faculty and staff. On Prince Edward Island and at UPEI, we take our history seriously. We respect our founding institutions, St. Dunstan's University and Prince of Wales College, and we know that we build on the work of those who have come before us. As I considered my remarks today, I had the history of our institution in mind. I have been a part of the island community for almost 1 year, but still have much to learn. Since Convocation is a celebration of the entire university, the message I deliver should reflect the hopes of everyone. As usual, I consulted with some members of our faculty and staff, and reference was made to an applicable message from the Roman poet Horace. Find the courage to begin. Acquire the knowledge to begin wisely. As you have progressed through your years at the university, we were so delighted to see you demonstrate initiatives, talent, understanding, and courage every day in academic achievement, scholarship, research, sports, community service, and artistic endeavor. Since I have been at UPEI, I have seen many outstanding examples of student courage, but I will describe only one. Some of you may be aware that the university is currently engaged in a visioning exercise called Reflection and Future Directions. This process will identify UPEI's many strengths and will chart the course for continuing success. Last fall, while I was attending a university function. A student told me how excited she was to be attending UPEI. In our conversation, we spoke about future directions. She showed her interest in participating in the visioning exercise. This student joined one of our subcommittees under the leadership of one of our many outstanding faculty members. During one meeting held on Summerside, the faculty member recommended that she represent him, and she delivered the subcommittee findings to a large group that included faculty and staff, community members, deans, and vice presidents. She was articulate, concise, and able to communicate her understanding of the big picture. She combined the ideas of many and represented her committee extremely well. She dared to begin. This is UPEI at its best, a learning community where everyone learns together. Class of 2012, you are all amazing, and you look very smart today too. And today, you two begin again. As you move into future, with the knowledge you have gained and the courage to use it wisely, I know you will make a difference in our island and beyond. We live in a challenging time, but challenging times are nothing new. Every generation experiences and addresses opportunities and obstacles in their lives. You have gained through your own choice and effort, and with the support of others, the experience and education that will equip you to embrace opportunity and face adversity with creativity, knowledge, and vigor. You have worked very hard and have achieved an important goal. You are in great company. You joined over 21,000 graduates of the University of Prince Edward Island, a family of alumni available to encourage and assist you in your careers and futures. As you cross the stage today, you will receive the document that represents the education you have earned at UPEI, an education that has prepared you for successful and productive life. You made a commitment to knowledge. Dare to use the knowledge courageously. You are ready to contribute, to challenge, and to lead. Dare to begin. I wish each and every one of you all the best. Congratulations, class of 2012.
Thank you, Allah. Every year at the university we have the privilege of honoring special people with honorary degrees. This morning we had a noted historian, Michael Bliss, that received our morning honorary degree. The two gentlemen this afternoon who we will be introducing will need no introduction to the people that are in attendance this afternoon. They've been very active civic leaders in Prince Edward Island for many years, So we'd like to proceed with the conferring of honorary degrees, and I'd ask Catherine Hennessy to start, please.
Mr. Chancellor, I have the honor of presenting for the degree of Doctor of Laws, honoris causa, Frank Joseph Zakem, civic leader, educator, entrepreneur, community activist. Frank likes to joke that there are three types of people: those who make things happen, those who watch things happen, and those who don't know what's happening. Over the course of a distinguished career as a civic leader, as educator, and administrator, as a loyal alumnus, heritage activist, community volunteer, Frank Zakem has always enjoyed making things happen. The son of Lebanese Canadians, Mr. Zakem was born in Quebec but raised in Charlottetown, where he attended both Prince of Wales College and St. Dunstan's University, earned his BBA, BA, and later his BEd. It was only when he got to St. Dunstan's, Mr. Zakem has said, that I was able to learn how to learn. Soon he would be sharing that lesson. Mr. Zakem has always remained close to his alumni mater and its successor institution, the University of Prince Edward Island. But his career as an educator is most clearly linked with Holland College, where he spent 26 years in a variety of administrative roles, including 10 years as principal of the Charlottetown campus and 1 as acting president. As one admirer recently observed, Frank Zakem, the educator, is always promoting the potential rather than the problems in a situation. The same constructive approach has typified his many extracurricular activities. From 1964 to 74, and again from 1997 to 2000, he served as Charlottetown City Councillor. And from 1975 to 1977, became the city's mayor. It was the first political breakthrough for an islander of Lebanese descent, and blazed a trail that others, such as Premier Joseph Giz, would soon follow. Himself, the son of a corner store grocer, Mayor Zakem had faith in small businesses as the backbone of civic community. But his vision for the city embraced culture and heritage as well as commerce. It was during his morality campaign that the first heritage guidelines were enacted to protect Charlottetown's architectural heritage. Of course, municipal politics forms only a part, albeit a memorable one, of Frank Zakem's career. Public service is second nature to him. The list of his volunteer work is formidable, ranging from Scouts Canada to the Heart and Stroke Foundation. If the many boards he joined were actual planks, he would have enough wood to build a house. But Frank has built a house of service, a house of tolerance, a house of compassion, a house of quiet inspiration. Mr. Zakem was named to the Order of Prince Edward Island in 2002 and was recognized as a founder of the University of Prince Edward Island in 2011. Mr. Chancellor, in recognition of his outstanding contribution to public life and his devotion to our island community, I now request, on behalf of the Senate of Prince Edward Island, that you confer upon Frank Joseph Zakem the degree of Doctor of Laws, honoris causa.
On behalf of the University of Prince Edward Island, I admit you, Frank Joseph Zakem, to the degree of Doctor of Laws, honoris causa. to go over here and we'll get a picture? I'll just turn you a little bit. Thank you, Frank. Okay. Thank you very much. I'd like to now call on Rob Livingston, who will read the citation for Derek Key.
Mr. Chancellor, I have the honor of presenting for the degree of Doctor of Laws, honoris causa, Derek Drake Key, Queen's Counsel. In strictly grammatical terms, community is a noun, but one might argue that Summerside's Derek Key has made it into a verb. For in this case, community has meant a life lived in relation to others. Born in Summerside, Mr. Key graduated from UPEI, class of '78, where incidentally he became the first multi-term president of our student union. See, we share the same affliction while we were here. Yeah. He met his wife, Nancy, while standing in line for to register for law school in Dalhousie University. 3 years later, armed with law degrees, he and Nancy returned to Summerside, and together they have built a well-respected firm that has grown exponentially over the past 3 decades. He was honored by conferral of the Queen's Counsel designation in 2000 and his community. The common denominator in Derek Key's many leadership roles has been Summerside's health: mental, physical, intellectual, and economic. As a Rotarian, he is past president of the Summerside Rotary Club. He has spearheaded a diverse set of initiatives. In 1998 and 1990, he co-chaired the campaign that saved a historic train station by converting it into a much-needed regional library. The same support for spreading knowledge prompted him to lead a 6-week Rotary Group study exchange to Nigeria in 2005. In 1996, as chair of Rotary's Financial Committee, he was instrumental in creating a 50-acre Rotary Friendship Park within the city. He also chaired fundraising for the Community Connections campaign, which built and equipped a resource center for citizens with intellectual and physical challenges. And he co-chaired a public accessibility campaign that helped make Summerside's recreational facilities more accessible to those with mobility issues. When Summerside needed a new Prince County hospital, he chaired the campaign that raised $13.6 million for the new facility, and recently retired as chair of the Prince County Hospital Foundation Board. Mr. Key is also a community-minded business leader, past president of the Greater Summerside Chamber of Commerce. When the imminent closure of CFB Summerside threatened economic disaster for the city, Mr. Key joined the Premier's task force to seek economic alternatives and served as a founding member of the Slemon Park Corporation, which jump-started an aerospace industry on the former airbase. Clearly, Mr. Key has lived a life conspicuously in community, in relation to others. As a result, he has made Western PEI and this province a far better place. Rotary International has accorded him its highest honor, the Service Above Self Award. Summerside has named him its Citizen of the Year. The province has appointed him to the Order of Prince Edward Island. In 2010, he was named member of the Order of Canada, and now, Mr. Chancellor, in similar recognition of such remarkable service, I request on behalf of the Senate of University of Prince Edward Island that you confer upon Derek Drake Key the degree of Doctor of Laws, honoris causa.
On behalf of the University of Prince Edward Island, I admit you, Derek Drake Key, to the degree of Doctor of Laws, honoris causa.
Good afternoon. It's an honor. It needn't be said that it's an honor for me to be here as a recipient of an honorary Doctor of Laws at one of the finest universities in the country. Truly, having sprung from its humble beginnings, from its union in 1969 of St. Dunstan's University and Prince of Wales College, the University of Prince Edward Island has unquestionably become one of the finest universities in the country. And this is truly a day of celebration. It's a day of celebration for mothers, and as such, I take the opportunity one day prematurely to wish you all a happy Mother's Day. It's also a reminder for you graduates that you now have 15 hours left within which to buy a card. This is a celebration for graduates, a successful achievement as a result of several years of commitment and effort. You deserve to be here. What you've learned, I can assure you that you will rely upon for the rest of your days. There are those among you who probably made sure that your classes did not interfere with your education. To you, you will be truly successful. It's a celebration for parents. Your parents have dedicated almost 2 decades to getting you to this stage in your life. Truly, this is a day of celebration for them, and many of them are quite surprised. It's a day of celebration for your educators, your professors, your teachers, lecturers, lab assistants, technicians, all those who've worked with you over the past number of years while you've been a student here. They're now watching you leave, and they're watching you leave with expectation and with hope. Expectation and hope that perhaps some of the seeds that they planted within you, you will take and plant somewhere else. Confident in the lessons that you have learned and the ways that you've learned how to learn. This will serve you well in the years to come. Truly, the educators in your life, and particularly those at the University of Prince Edward Island, are celebrating, and they deserve your thanks. It's also a celebration today for my friend Frank Zakem, Dr. Frank Zakem. He's a hero within Charlottetown in so many ways that many of us can hardly appreciate. For as long as I can remember, Frank Zakem has held a special place as a municipal politician, as an educator, as an academic, as a Rotarian, as a scouter, as a community advocate, and truly as a very fine gentleman. Frank, congratulations. But most importantly, this is a day of celebration for the University of Prince Edward Island itself. UPEI, in my mind, deserves congratulations for a host of reasons, but the one that's foremost in my mind is how UPEI has matured. And I see that maturity being manifested in the changing face of UPEI. I've heard Dr. Abdelaziz speak in Summerside. He's talked about the university being a window where students can look out and see the world, but also where the world can look in and see Prince Edward Island. Students from more than 60 countries now attend UPEI and contribute different cultural backgrounds and an array of experiences to the overall learning process that takes place here. Exposure to other cultures creates an opportunity to develop credibility in a global world. President Abdelaziz, once an international student himself, surely provides an inspiration to those from all around the world who choose to study here. One of the other things that I've heard Dr. Abdelaziz say is that the University of Prince Edward Island is a special place because it is a safe place for thought. The world is a troubled place, and we're able to offer a haven that is truly unique. I have 2 or 3 stories that I want to share with you from which you may be able to extrapolate a lesson or 2. The first relates to this safe place for thought that Dr. Abdelaziz has talked about. I've had the opportunity to travel on different occasions to Nigeria in West Africa. It would be fair to say that it is a place very different from Prince Edward Island. It's regarded as one of the most unsafe places in the world. 85% of its 150 million residents do not have access to clean water. Social safety nets simply do not exist. Old people die of starvation, abandoned in rags. The infant mortality rate is astounding. Thousands of people die every single day from waterborne diseases. Many of their schools have no books, no pencils, no supplies. And notwithstanding this daily existence, their celebration of life and happiness, as shown in their own living style, in their music, in their approach, is truly inspiring. Inspiring to the extent that I wanted very much to be a part of that celebration. And as a result, I've been able to work through Rotary International to put together the resources and the support to provide almost 80 wells that now supplies clean water to more than 1 million Nigerians. As we speak, we're providing sanitation facilities in schools. That's a polite way of saying we're building toilets. Currently, we have a project underway where we're providing toilets in 11 schools. Each of those schools has more than 3,000 students that up until now had no toilets. More than 30,000 students from that one tiny, insignificant little project, more than 30,000 students are going to find it easier to attend school. Young women will no longer feel compelled to leave because of the work that we've done here at home in Prince Edward Island. So how's that a lesson? Celebrate what we have. Be thankful from the time that our feet hit the floor in the morning and we can brush our teeth with clean water. The fact that we can carry out our day in safety and not worry about religious strife or police violence or corruption that will irretrievably change our lives. Be thankful for the stability and the peace, the systems and the structures that our parents and our grandparents have been able to create for us. Be thankful for that safe place for thought that Dr. Abdelaziz has talked about. And be aware of the positive change that we can make collectively, but also individually. The power of one can be absolutely awesome. If we can motivate and then collaborate, there's no stopping you. But I'd be remiss if I didn't reference, at least briefly, my everyday job in life. I'm a lawyer, and notwithstanding the many lawyer jokes that you may have heard, perhaps some of you have even repeated them, I take considerable pride in the fact that I'm a lawyer. It certainly was not my goal in life. I was a reasonably successful carpenter, and I very much enjoyed the opportunities that that created for physical exercise and working outdoors. But my parents saw something within me that I did not see in myself. And as such, and after a great deal of angst, I applied to law school and surprisingly was admitted. Fate being what it is, I became a lawyer. And as Rob has explained, I met my lovely wife Nancy while standing in the registration line at law school. And that law practice, the work that we do there, has provided us with the tools to do the things that ultimately have led to the decision of the University of Prince Edward Island to make the choice to grant this honorary degree today. Truth be known, I'm really not a very good lawyer. In fact, there's not a day goes by when I don't recognize something that I could and should be doing better. But practicing law has given me the tools, resources, and the opportunity to confront some of the challenges within our own communities and to respond to them. Whether it's a program for youth or scouting or the causes of literacy through the construction of libraries, the setting aside of green space, building adult workshops for young adults, or even in traveling to Nigeria and recognizing challenges that will probably captivate me for the balance of my days. All of these things have come from a realization that very common people can do amazingly uncommon things. The realization that each of us is responsible for our own happiness and responsible for the energy that we bring into each day, whether it be as a teacher or an historian, as a musician, as a journalist, as a scientist, or as a lawyer. That realization is critical. No one else is going to make you happy. That's your own job. Your occupation is not your life. Your job does not define you. Your job or your profession will merely give you the tools and the talents to move forward and perhaps, if you're fortunate, to enrich someone else's life. And in doing so, I can promise you, you will enrich your own. Ultimately, we all have a big choice to make. Are you going to be a Tigger or are you going to be an Eeyore? I hope you choose to be a Tigger. My grandfather gave me a wonderful book of inspirational poems back in 1968. I was 13 years of age, and it was probably weeks from his passing. One of it contained within it what I consider to be the clearest approach to the way that I view people, whether they be clients or co-workers or educators or family or friends. It's called Lifters and Leaners. And with your indulgence, I want to share it with you. It says, there are two kinds of people on earth today, just two kinds. No more, I say. Not the good nor the bad, for 'tis well understood that the good are half bad and the bad are half good. Not the rich nor the poor, for to know a man's wealth, you first must know the state of his conscience and his health. Not the happy nor the sad, for the swift-flying years bring to each man his gladness and to each man his tears. No, the two kinds of people on earth that I mean are the people who lift and the people who lean. And wherever you go, you'll find in the world's masses, they're always divided into just these two classes. And oddly enough, you'll find too, I ween, that there's only one lifter for every 20 who lean. So in which class are you? Are you easing the load of the toilsome toiler who toils down the road? Or are you a leaner who makes others bear your share of the labor and the worry and the care? To crystallize this into a single thought, let me conclude with the last two lines of a pleasant little poem that my sister passed on to me a couple of years ago. We were having a discussion about being aware of the blessings that we have and how fortunate we are here in Prince Edward Island and in Canada generally. The little poem concludes each stanza with the lines, "I drink from my saucer because my cup is overflowing." Think about that. When you leave here, and as you consider your role in the world, wherever and whatever it might be, I want you to carry that thought. Remember that irrespective of the daily challenges, the drudgery, the grime, the boredom, the disappointments that you might have, truly, we all drink from our saucers because our cups are overflowing. Be grateful for what you have. Share it. Congratulations to all of you. Have a wonderful life.
I'd like to now move this down a little bit. Shall now proceed with the granting of certificates, diplomas, and degrees. All candidates present at the convocation today, please rise to be recognized by your colleagues and by the community. I thought Prince Edward Islanders could make more noise than that, but we'll catch up here in a second. I hereby award each of you the certificate, diploma, or degree that you have earned from the University of Prince Edward Island with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. I also award the certificates, diploma, and degree in absentia to those whose records have been certified by Senate but cannot be present at today's convocation. We will now begin the presentations. Please take your seats.
Mr. Chancellor, I have the honor to present to you for the Certificate in Public Administration those students whose names shall be announced individually and whose qualifications for these certificates have been approved by the Senate.
Public Administration Certificate. Daniel Carroll. Benjamin Miller. Public Administration Diploma.
Mr. Chancellor, I have the honor to present to you for the Diploma in Public Administration those students whose names shall be announced individually and whose qualifications for these degrees have been approved by the Senate.
Christy Arsenault. Tracy Lynn Gallant.
Mr. Chancellor, I have the honor to present to you for the diplomas in engineering those students whose names shall be announced individually and whose qualifications for these degrees have been approved by Senate.
Engineering Diploma, Pamela Andrews. Juliette Bernard. David Brown. Alex Connolly. Philip Curley. Andreas Doyle. Patrick Drake. Mitchell Emer. Lyle James Gauthier. Matt Gauthier. Edward Hutchings. James Lafrance. Patrick McKenna. John Thomas McKenna.
Congratulations. Thank you. Good job.
Cole Kilton. Chad Mooney. Josh Roach. Farid Samara. Jonathan Young.
Mr. Chancellor, I have the honor to present to you for the degrees of Bachelor of Integrated Studies, Bachelor of Applied Arts in Print Journalism, Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Music, and Bachelor of Music Education, those students whose names shall be announced individually and whose qualifications for these degrees have been approved by the Senate.
Bachelor of Integrated Studies, Anne Doucette. David Lyndon Ellis. Tracy Lynn Gallant. Arlene Marie Proctor. Mike Smith. Bachelor of Applied Arts in Print Journalism, Cassandra Bernard. Jacqueline Crawford. Amy McGagan. Laura York. Bachelor of Arts, Arifin Ashan. Chelsea Almeida. Mariah Andrews. Ashton Arsenault. Christine Ann Arsenault. Emma Lee Arsenault. Virginia Arsenault. Bonnie Bain. Catherine Baird. Joshua Russell Beaton. Monique Bernard. French? Rebecca Belfontaine. Jennifer Bevins. William Earl Bernard Boswell. Jessica Bowness. Jessie Bowness, sorry. Jennifer Bradley. Adam Michael Brimacombe. Yi Yan Bu. Cody Burke. Brandon Campbell. J. Claire Campbell. Jillian Campbell. Justin Campbell. Kyle Campbell. Paula Campbell. Daniel Carroll. Rudy Chen. Felicia Clark. Louise Cockrum. Jake Collings. Stephanie Connolly. Nicole Cormier. Kristen Craig. Julie Dixon. Jeff DeHoo. Emily Duran. Olivia Dolphin. Jiao Dong. Jessica Donovan. Natasha Doucette. Jackson Dart. Sarah Dumis. Matt Dykerman. Rachel Earl. Derek Ellis. Lindsay Elson. Julie Enman. Brittany Evans. Jia Wei Fang. Taylor Fitzgerald. Mandy Foran. Lindsay Ford. Kayla Frazier. Helen Elizabeth French. Amanda Lynn Gallant. Carolyn Gallant. Jeremy Gallant. Rochelle Gallant. Tyler Gallant. Chelsea Goody. Kathleen Gauthier. Brianna Gill. Darrell Gillis. Kelly Gillis. Ryan Green. Joshua Griffin. Jennifer Hainsworth. Ellen Hartinger. Alicia Dawn Hickox. Cameron Hobson. Daniela Ikarusi. Hannah Jenkins. Nicholas Alexander Kaminsky. Allison Elizabeth Kelly. Tracy King Gallant. Kenzie Eileen Lee. Hongbo Liao. Fiarla Livingstone. Chad Locke. Nelson McCauley. Catherine McDonald. Christine McDougall. Catherine McKenna. Jana Marie McLeod. Jana McLeod. Lindsay Rena McLeod. Maggie Jane McLeod. Kelty McPhail. Lindsay McPhee. Megan McPhee. Linda Martin. Benjamin Miller. Katie Jean Moore. Andrew Wallace Murray. Katie Helena Murray. Kristen Nash. Kenneth Nicole. Julie Newhoff. Kellen Noy. Colby James Thomas O'Donnell III. Thomas John Ogden. Shloma Okafor. Aliyah Ruth Palmer. Natalie Parker. Jenna Painter. Spencer Phillips. Caitlin Proud. Kira Quincy. Nicholas David Ramsey. Maureen Redmond. Ian Ritchie. Jeffrey Rogers. Cara Roy. Stephen Rush. Siobhan Shepard. Colin Sheridan. Chen Yangqi. Angela Simpson. Adam St. Pierre. Caleb Smith. Heather Christine Tasker. Jesse Todd. Brittany Tozer. Lauren Van Vliet. Morgan Elizabeth Veras. Chad Vienno. Karen Lynn Wade. Andrew Walsh. Simon Watts. Alexandra Wedlake. Sarah Ann Weeks. Aaron Young. Whitney Young. Jun Che Chu. Bachelor of Arts Honors. Read the department? Denise Beaton, Psychology. Sandra Curley, History. Ethan Fenton, English. Christopher Donald Johnston, History. Erica McQuaid Ross, Psychology. Lauren Catherine Murphy, English. Dylan Riley, English. Christopher Rowley, Sociology and Anthropology combined. Jenny Thompson, English. Christina Toma, Psychology. Chris Williams, History. Bachelor of Music. Jennifer Anderson. Brittany Alyssa Banks. Nicole Green. Noah Malcolm McDougall. Bachelor of Music Education. Dominique Blais. Victoria Kingyans. Sarah McCormick. Amy Elizabeth Wilson. That's two.
Mr. Chancellor, I have the honor to present to you for the degrees of Bachelor of Science, Bachelor of Child and Family Studies, and Bachelor of Applied Science in Radiography, those students whose names shall be announced individually and whose qualifications for these degrees have been approved by Senate.
Bachelor of Child and Family Studies, Brittany Dugal. Bethany Emily Ellis. Anne Hayes McKenzie. Renee Kinch. Emily Ida Miller. Bachelor of Applied Science in Radiography, Ashley DeVoe. Angie Lowther. Lita Otway. Kelsey Phelan. Emily Thompson. Bachelor of Science, Max Alquist. Andrea Archibald. Amanda Armstrong. Chantal Arsenault. Berger. Yeah. Stefan Berger. Bethany Jean Bigger. Harrison Blizzard. Stephen Paul Brown. Melissa Burke. Ben Cameron. Chad Cameron. Dale Carmody. Dave Caraher. Stephen Lee Wallace Chandler. Noreen Chisty. Robin Christensen. Ellen Conahan. Sherilyn Don Corney. Philip Corney. Isabelle Damour. Ellen Dixon. Leanne Duran. Tahir Duidari. Jordan Ducart. Danielle Rebecca Farrell. Jianming Fang. Helen Fraser. Alicia Friars. Allison Gallant. Megan Gallant. Winston Allen Gallant. Sarah Gamble. Amber Godette. Liam Goche. Emma Piper Gillis. Nancy Ellen Gormley. Lydia Ruth Maran Graham. Rachel Graham. Michael James Hardy. Bethany Harris. Christina Hennessy. Emily Hodge. Drin Drew Hung. Belinda Jenkins. Nan G.
Got fans there.
Melanie Johnson.
Congratulations, Melanie. Good job.
Emily Kelly. Nicholas Landry.
Congratulations, Nicholas. Good job.
Stephanie Lane.
Your cheering section.
Alicia Lewis.
Congratulations, Alicia. Good job.
Mark Lightfoot.
Mr. Lightfoot. Thank you very much. Good job. Congratulations.
Chi Lo.
Congratulations, Chief. Good job.
Robert Stephen Livingstone.
Mr. President, thank you. Thank you very much.
Chelsea Lowther.
Congratulations, Chelsea.
Alyssa McCausland.
Congratulations. Well deserved. Good job.
Shelby McCarran.
Good job, Shelby. Congratulations.
Adam McDonald.
Congratulations, Adam.
Tyler McDonald.
Congratulations, sir.
Jeff McDougald.
Hey, Mr. McDougall. Congratulations. Good job.
Kayla McGregor.
Good job. Congratulations.
Jenna McGuinness.
Congratulations.
Sean McKeever.
Congratulations, Sean. Good job.
Jillian McKenzie.
Congratulations, Jillian.
Jessica Susan McKinnon.
Congratulations, Jessica. Keep that smile.
Raylyn McLean.
Congratulations, Raymond.
Kelly Leanne McLeod.
Congratulations. Best.
James McPhee.
Congratulations, James. Good job.
Jillian McPhee. Calvin McPherson.
Mr. Calvin, congratulations. Thank you. Good job, sir.
Kyle McPherson.
Kyle, congratulations. Good job.
Kelsey McWade.
Congratulations, Kelsey.
Justin McRae.
Congratulations, Justin.
Kayla McRae.
Congratulations, Caleb. Good job.
Tyler Marchbank. Caitlin Martell. Lily Maxim.
Congratulations, Lily. Good job.
Kristen Murmas.
Congratulations, Kristen.
Karine Meunier-Pelletier.
Félicitations.
Mitzi Mitchell.
Congratulations, Mitzi. Good job.
Sarah Moore.
Congratulations, Sarah. Good job.
Jessica Morrison.
Congratulations, Jessica.
Madonna Morrison. Sarah Neighbors.
Congratulations, Sarah.
Nicholas Oakley.
Congratulations, Nicholas.
Megan Painter.
Congratulations, Megan.
Jessica Pinkham.
Congratulations, Jessica.
Martina Marie Poirier. Katie Publicover.
Katie, you did great. Very proud of you.
Amy Rollinson.
Congratulations, Amy.
Rodney Reed.
Mr. Rodney, congratulations. All the best. All the best.
Caitlin Richard. Rebecca Robinson. Hannah Roach. Alicia Eileen Rose. Carlos Sanchez. Melissa Frida Saunders.
You're enjoying it. That's good. Take your time. Enjoy it. That's great.
Yeah. Oh, know that name now.
Emily Skierman.
Congratulations, Emily. Good job.
Naomi Selleck. Samantha Caroline Smith. Phil Soga. Alex Tabor.
Congratulations, Alex.
Amanda Marie Thomas. Allison Townsend. Emma Waite.
Congratulations, Emma.
Logan Waite.
Congratulations, sir. All the best.
Shaldan Wang.
Congratulations.
Beverly Ward.
Congratulations, Beverly.
Jessica Webster.
Congratulations, Jessica. Excellent job.
Tyler Wheeler.
Congratulations, Tyler.
Rebecca Wolf. Laura Deanna Joanna Woodworth. Bachelor of Science, Cooperative Education. Peter Osif. Bachelor of Science, Honors. David Forner, Biology. Daniel Gordon, Biology. Chuhan, Computer Science. Catherine Hay, Biology. Hannah Hughes, Honors Biology and double major with Psychology. Jarrett McDonald, Chemistry. Gina McLeod, Chemistry. Purya Madani, Computer Science. Spencer Matheson, Mathematics and Statistics. CC Pan, Psychology. Curtis Penny, Biology. Spencer Pitt, Chemistry. Jordan Donald Poley, Biology. William Scott, Physics. Brendan Shepard, Chemistry. Runmin Shi, Mathematics and Statistics. Kylie Tingley, Biology. Sarah Tratch, Biology. Aaron Tuplin, Psychology. Jeremy Van Buskirk, Psychology. Aaron Whiteway, Physics. Youngerman. Connor Youngerman, Biology. Elizabeth Uni, Psychology. Zosha Zelinsky, Chemistry. Bachelor of Science, Honors, Cooperative Education. Caitlin Dara, Physics. Tyler Palmer, Physics. Ray Joe, Computer Science. Bachelor of Science, Honors Conversion. Yang Fei Ran, Mathematics.
I'm with you. We're just catching up. We'd like now to, always enjoyable part of the convocation, that's the awarding of graduate degrees.
Mr. Chancellor, I have the honor to present to you for the degree of Master of Science in the Faculty of Science, those students whose names shall be announced individually and whose qualifications were approved by Senate.
Master of Science. Simon Berger. Clayton Dorsey. Mitchell McMillan. Adam Jonathan Proud. Skander Sada. MD Shafila. Carrie Snow.
Mr. Chancellor, I have the honor to present to you for the degree of Masters of Arts the student whose name shall be announced momentarily and whose qualifications for this degree have been approved by the Senate.
Master of Arts in Ireland Studies, Aaron Kiley.
Thank you. I'd now call on Perlene Morrison, who's president of the UPEI Alumni Association, to address the graduates.
Mr. Chancellor, Your Honor, President Abdelaziz, honorary degree recipients, faculty, staff, families, friends, and 2012 graduates. On behalf of the UPEI Alumni Association, I would like to welcome our 2012 graduates to the UPEI alumni family and congratulate you on each of your achievements to date. You are now members of our association and part of a network of more than 20,000 alumni across Canada and around the world who share pride in our university. Wherever your lives and careers may take you, I hope you remember your years at UPEI with fondness. For many of us, UPEI symbolizes a time and place where we came of age, developed lifelong friendships, and discovered what we wanted to do with our lives. Many of our 2012 graduates represent a second or even third generation of UPEI alumni. Although UPEI has seen many changes over the years, the campus spirit instilled in our early graduates is still evident here today. The UPEI Alumni Association is committed to helping you maintain the contacts and friendships that you've developed during your years at UPEI. Our resources are available to help you stay in touch, and we always welcome volunteers. Through the Alumni Office, the Association organizes reunions each year during the last weekend of July. This year, we are planning to host an all-years mixer during reunion weekend, which you are all invited to attend. We hope this all-years event will become a new tradition here on campus. As graduates, you are entitled to some benefits. You have access to career services at UPEI. Don't hesitate to sit down with a career counselor and let them help you chart your career path. You will also continue to have access to the Robertson Library, and now you are even entitled to a discount at the UPEI bookstore. These are small perks, yet they are also reminders that our university is invested in our success, not just while we are here, but throughout every stage of our lives. Although UPEI may no longer be part of your everyday life, you are still part of this university. We, as alumni, are UPEI's best representatives. We encourage you to show pride in your alma mater by staying involved, mentoring current students, attending events on campus, and helping tomorrow's students achieve their goals. To our graduates, enjoy this day with your family and friends. Stay connected through our website. Keep us updated on your achievements. And remember that we are all Panthers for life. Thank you.
Thank you, Perlene. The next part of the convocation is the presentation of prizes and medals. We're very honored to have His Honor Lieutenant Governor Frank Lewis with us as a visitor to the university. We've also got another visitor I noticed in the front row, our former Lieutenant Governor Barbara Hagerman. His Honor Frank Lewis will present the recipients with our prizes and medals. These are some of the top students of the University of Prince Edward Island. We did some this morning as well, so certainly there'll be a large round of applause for each winner. The Marshal will announce the winner. Thank you.
A university prize for the graduating student with the highest aggregate in the third year of the engineering program, awarded to Farid Samara. The Ambrose Kwok-Yao Lee Prize and the University of Prince Edward Island Alumni Prize for the graduating student standing highest in the fourth year of the arts program, awarded to Virginia Arsenault. The Ambrose Kwok-Yao Lee Prize for the graduating student standing highest in the fourth year of the science program, awarded to Shu Han. The H. Wade McLaughlin Raised Expectations Medal for the graduating student whose academic standing has improved the most from entry to completion of their program of study, awarded to Ashton Arsenault. The Governor-General's Medal Undergraduate and the Polyclinic Prize for the student who has achieved the highest aggregate in 4 years of an undergraduate program, awarded to Runmin Shi. The Governor-General's Medal for a graduating student in a graduate program whose record, in the view of the committee, is so distinguished as to warrant special recognition, awarded to Adam Proud.
I'd like now to call upon Amy Wilson. Amy will deliver the valedictory address.
Mr. Chancellor, Your Honor, President Abdelaziz, honorary degree recipients, fellow graduates of the class of 2012, family and friends, faculty and staff, it is my honor to be standing here today. Being from Newfoundland, you can imagine how nervous I was the day I stood outside Bernadine Hall and watched as my parents, who I have never been more than an hour away from, slowly drove away. As I walked back into my cozy room on the 3rd floor of Bernie, thoughts about the next few years of my life raced through my head. The big question of, am I making the right decision, flew through my mind constantly. However, it only took about 1 week to realize that I had made one of the best decisions of my life. In just that 1 week on PEI, I met friends that I knew would be a part of my life forever. Friends that helped me discover what this amazing province has to offer. I was awed by the windmills at North Cape, got my picture taken sitting with John A. Macdonald downtown, danced my butt off at the Velvet, wiggled my toes in the red sandy beaches, and cried at the musical Anne and Gilbert when Anne finally admits that she loves him. Those are just a few of the great experiences I've had during my time here. The hospitality that the people of this island have showed me throughout my 5-year degree program has been truly phenomenal. As my time at UPEI progressed, I started to get more involved with the university and realized how great we really have it. I transferred from Memorial University, where there were 350 students in my first-year biology class, to UPEI, where my biggest class consisted of 80 students. UPEI is a community. Its departments are families, its buildings are homes. I do not believe I could have had a better experience at any other university. UPEI has a beautiful campus, a dedicated student union, caring professors, and so much more. Although we are all part of UPEI, everyone still has their own identity. We are identified by the departments we are in, the societies we participate in, and the friends we have. I am proud to say that I'm a music student. The music department is small but mighty at UPEI. I want to take this opportunity to acknowledge the immense talent of the students and professors that I have learned with and from over the past 5 years. Each and every one of you added something unique and special to my time here. None of us would be here today without the love and support of our families. Whether it be a mother, a father, brother, sister, aunt, uncle, or cousin, we all have someone close to us who have counseled us through this journey. I can't count how many times I called home to ask my mom to add $15 to the $5 in my account just so that I could take out a 20. But I must say that financial support was only one of the many ways my family provided for me. Advice over the phone, flights home, care packages, visits to the island, and unconditional love are just some of those ways that my family helped me get through my program. And I'm sure many of you have had similar experiences. Words will never fully describe how thankful we are to our families for all their influences on our lives. So I'm sure every one of the graduates sitting in this gym today has been asked about 1,000 times this year what they are doing after their degrees, diplomas, or certificates. Some of us have brilliant answers, I'm sure, but some of us probably have no idea. My answer is usually, I don't know yet, but the world is my oyster. And I completely believe that. As we leave UPEI, there's only one way to go, and that's up. It's just like Will Smith said as the character of Chris Gardner in the movie The Pursuit of Happiness. If you want something, go get it, period. Congratulations, class of 2012. Thank you.
Thank you, Amy. Thank you, everyone, for coming this afternoon. We appreciate you being in attendance at the university. Come back. As you go out of the auditorium this afternoon, I do hope the sun is shining. Enjoy our grounds. We're going to make our way down to the Wanda Wyatt Dining Hall. If there's anyone that needs some special assistance, it'll be available outside. We have a bus as well for those that might find the walk a little bit long and tiresome. The Multiple Sclerosis Society is selling flowers, so in addition to the card that Dr. Key talked about, maybe you could buy flowers for your mother as well. So one more time and one last chance for everybody in the room for the class of 2012. Now for her final performance as a student of UPEI, Brittany Banks. Please join Brittany in singing our national anthem.